Pete Hegseth is now, I want to play him attacking the reporters in the room. Here it is.
We know how historic it was. The chairman does. I know. Our staffs know. And so that's why we are, and the president of the United States knows. And that's why it's almost personal when we see the way in which leaks are used to try to disparage the outcome or muddy the waters about the impact of what happened without being responsible with information and allowing the professionals to assess and provide that information just like the chairman did. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, for that information. Sure. And we welcome a few additional questions. Yes, sir.
General, on Sunday you said final battle damage will take some time. And you also said, I think BDA is still pending, and it would be way too early for me to comment on what may or may not still be there at the nuclear facility. So that was just over 3 days ago. So what has changed? Would you use the term obliterated as well?
Sure, like I said, we don't do BDA. I'll refer that to the intelligence community. And
you're talking with them. I mean, what changed in the past 3 days that make you so, you know?
Sir, I think I
think I explained what changed. There was a great deal of irresponsible reporting based on leaks, preliminary information in low confidence. Again, when someone leaks something, they do it with an agenda. And when you leak a portion of an intelligence assessment, but just a little portion that makes it seem like maybe the strike wasn't effective, then you start a news cycle, whether it's the Washington Post or Fox News or CNN or MSNBC, you start a news cycle that starts to call into question the efficacy. No, that's why. So you bring the chairman here, who's not involved in politics. He doesn't do politics. That's my lane to understand and translate and talk about those types of things. So I can use the word obliterated. He could use defeat, destroyed, assess, all of those things. But ultimately, we're here to clarify what these weapons are capable of, which anyone with, two eyes, some ears, and a brain can recognize that kind of firepower with that specificity at that location and others is going to have a devastating effect. So we all recognize there will be days and weeks ahead. That's why yesterday I said, if you want to know what's going on at Fort O, you better go there and get a big shovel, because no one's under there right now. No one's under there able to assess, and everyone's using reflections of what they see. And that's why the Israelis, the Iranians, the IAEA, the UN, to a man and to a woman who recognize the capability of this weapon system are acknowledging how destructive it's been. So that's what's changed.
Just 3 or 4 days later. What changed?
See, this is a point. This is how difficult it is to actually manage. You just watched a video of what this weapon is capable of. That's where we find our confidence, is in the skill of men and women and the capability of the systems they employed and the recognition so far in the reflections that it was a highly successful mission.
Do you have certainty that all the highly enriched uranium was inside the Fordo mountain, or some of it, because there were satellite photos that showed more than a dozen trucks there 2 days in advance? Are you certain none of that highly enriched uranium was moved?
Of course, we're watching every single aspect, but Jennifer, you've been about the worst. The one who misrepresents the most intentionally what the president says. I'm familiar.
I was about the ventilation shafts on Saturday night, and in fact, I was the first to describe the B-2 bombers, the refueling, the entire mission with great accuracy. So I take issue with that.
I appreciate you acknowledging that this was the first the most successful mission based on operational security that this department has done since you've been here, and I appreciate that. So we're looking at all aspects of intelligence and making sure.
Can you guys believe that? Can you guys believe that?
Acknowledge the female pilots.
Can you guys please back that? I want you to hear how insulting and condescending that was. Andy, back that up. How insulting and condescending. And by the way, this is his former colleague. Play it again, please.
Shafts on Saturday night. And in fact, I was the first to
go
describe
back a little
the
bit more.
B-2 bombers, the Are you certain none of that highly enriched uranium was moved?
Of course, we're watching every single aspect, but Jennifer, you've been about the worst. The one who misrepresents the most intentionally what the president says. I'm familiar.
About the ventilation shafts on Saturday night. And in fact, I was the first to describe the B-2 bombers, the refueling, the entire mission with great accuracy. So I take issue with that.
I appreciate you acknowledging that this was the first the most successful mission based on operational security that this department has done since you've been here, and I appreciate that. So
Absolutely.
we're looking at all aspects of intelligence and
Okay,
making sure we
pause,
have a
please.
sense of what.
Why is he so defensive about, did they actually remove the actual assets or uranium or whatever it is that the folks on this mission were trying to get, the Trump administration? Did they actually remove it? He didn't quite answer it. He goes, we believe, blah, 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 blah. But he insulted her. And the reason he insulted her is because he has no actual evidence. And why is he so sensitive? Why are they so sensitive about the media? Donald Trump is so sensitive about media coverage. I have met, well, I have met him and met every president since Clinton or Carter, as a matter of fact. I've never met a president that's so sensitive about media and about criticism. Yeah, Barack Obama was a little, he's a little sensitive, but not like this. This is like a whole nother level. And why are they holding press briefings about it? Why don't they just put out a statement and say, we believe it's inaccurate? And the press will report that. But this actually makes them look worse, and it makes them look guilty. It makes them look inept and just elementary, like they are just kids on a playground going, no, I'm not touching you. Now, he also, I think, is insulting to this reporter as well. And remember, they did not mention women. Here he goes, and he's going to try to bring in DEI and all kinds of political correctness to something, again, that was their fault, but he's going to try to blame something else outside of it. Here it is.
Was where?
So why not acknowledge the female pilots that also participated in this mission? The early messages that you sent out only congratulated the boys.
So when I say something like our boys and bombers, see, this is the kind of thing the press does, right? Of course, the chairman mentioned a female bomber pilot. That's fantastic. She's fantastic. She's a hero. I want more female bomber pilots. I hope the men and women of our country sign up to do such brave and audacious things. But when you spin it as, because I say our boys and bombers as a common phrase, I'll keep saying things like that, whether they're men or women. Very proud of that female pilot, just like I'm very proud of those male pilots. And I don't care if it's a male or a female in that cockpit, and the American people don't care. But it's the obsession with race and gender in this department that's changed priorities. We don't do that anymore. We don't play your little games. Yes,
Do you
right
know
there.
for certain that the uranium was removed from the facility before the B-2 struck?
So I'm not aware of any intelligence that I've reviewed that says things were not where they were supposed to be, moved or otherwise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kelly Meyer with News Nation, and just off the top, want to say we're grateful for the service of these pilots and everybody that serves. I wanted to ask you, the CIA statement said, when possible, they will provide updates and information to the public for
Okay.
transparency.
So I think you've seen enough. You guys, you get what you picking up what I'm putting down? They are trying too hard. It's way too much. They're, as we say in the vernacular now, they're doing too much. It's so simple and easy to figure out. You don't need to, you don't need an expert to tell you. It's just obvious. If you, especially if you've been dealing with people, I've been dealing with people all my life. You know when they're doing too much. You know when it's a lie. The bigger the story, the bigger the lie. Usually the simplest answer is an easier one. Say that we had the intelligence. It was an initial report. You can even say it's unfortunate that someone leaked it to the media, but this is an initial report and we have evidence otherwise that shows otherwise. And that's it. You're doing too much. Speaking of doing too much, here is, let's just mention, I just want to show, this is Fox and Friends. Jennifer Griffin went on not long after she was berated by the Secretary of Defense.
Jennifer, I got to thank you too. You helped me so much over the weekend to decode all this stuff. I truly appreciate it.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you very much. Great job.
Powerful press conference.
Powerful last
Absolutely.
hour.
See y'all tomorrow.
Have a great day.
Powerful press conference. How about Jennifer? We know that you are an upstanding reporter. We appreciate your reporting, your whatever, and you did not have to be attacked. I don't understand why he attacked you at this press conference, but anyways, we know what you do. Powerful press conference. Powerful. Wow, guy's such a glazer. Donald Trump is tweeting out, praising. Oh, and then he responded, oh my God, this is so gross. Donald J. Trump, one of the greatest, most professional, and most confirming news conferences I have ever seen. The fake news should fire everyone involved in this witch hunt and apologize to our great warriors and everyone else. Witch hunt? Who are they witch hunting? And then Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, is saying, thank you, Mr. President. Donald Trump also is possibly giving out some classified information that may have not been out there. Tweeting out, the cars and small trucks at the site were those concrete workers trying to cover up the top of the shafts. Nothing was taken out of facility, would take too long, too dangerous, and very heavy and hard to move. Why does he even have time? Why is this even on his mind? Shouldn't he be dealing with bigger and better things? He's so defensive. His ego is so just fragile. It's unbelievable. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.